The reality of it is Oceanside is just as much a part of the fabric and the framework of the San Diego area in terms of the culture, the people, in terms of what makes San Diego, what gives San Diego its San Diego-ness. But Oceanside never gets that credit.
Stay on your 10 toes, don't give up.
You wouldn't think, like as a tourist, you wouldn't think coming here because of what you see and how beautiful it is that you would see something like that because it's so small of an area. I think you literally turn a block and you see, oh wait, hold on.
Young nigga living in the moment, elevating stats, game gotta be the strongest. Stand firm, let the world know we feel enormous. Every corner is the stage, killing this performance.
I think that there's something special about Oceanside and the fact that everything's so small and there's so many gangs in this small city.
There's still neighborhoods in Oceanside that I've never been to. That speaks to the level of segregation that happens in Oceanside. I got family who's from here. There's a huge islander population, and I've never even been into those neighborhoods. I know where the barrio is, I know where the hood is, and I know where not to go. And this is coming from an outsider's perspective.
Like you could literally make a right, and then you went from glorious to like gritty, grimy. Somebody could probably just rob you, So I think that's the kind of like special thing about Oceanside, where it's pretty spontaneous.
Daddy never raised me up to call myself a nigga. Probably picked that up in elementary, I figure. Older kids, they ask me, is you bloods or is you crippin'? Man, I'm in the 4th grade. I go to school to pay attention, cause my family is faithfully some Baptist church goers. 1524 Lemon Street, that be the corner that I caught my first fade with a peewee in the alley and lost my first fade. Dog, my chin was thinking badly.
If you live in the Deep Valley, you go to El Camino. And so there was a lot of things that were breaking off between the Libby Lake community, the people in this neighborhood and the gang members there, with also, there was a strong Crip population back in the Deep Valley back in those days. And so, one thing about Oceanside is very segregated as far as races when it comes to the gangs, because one thing I do love about Oceanside, it's one of the very few cities that I've gone to in my life where it doesn't matter what race you are, people kind of hang out with each other. When you go to the 2 high schools that we have here, you'll see Filipinos hanging out with Samoans, and you'll see Samoans hanging out with African Americans, you'll see African Americans hanging out with Mexicans, and so on and so forth. You see that a lot. Even the Caucasian kids, everyone's kind of, it's not necessarily, people out here don't really hang out with each other because of the race. They kind of hang out, people here hang out with each other because of common interests. However, saying all that, the gangs are very segregated. And I think sometimes that could come down from how it is in prison. Who knows? They're just very segregated here.
A couple of them motherfuckers out there, you gotta be. Let's get some motherfucking some promotion.
The homie PKO, RP.
Like Stephen, he like I say, he's like a little brother to me, man. He's one of them cats, the little rugrat running around. He was turned up. He had his. He wasn't a saint, But at the same time, he had a great heart. He had ambition. He wanted to be something more than what he was defined as. He was a cool cat, man. He was loved by us for sure. And I ain't just talking about like the neighborhood. I'm talking about just like by the people around him. Man. Everybody that if you knew him, If you knew him as a person, man, he was a great dude. It's a tragedy, bro. And it was over nothing, It wasn't even a confrontation, you feel me? But at the end of the day, it's how the game go, Suck it up as a loss, It hurts like a motherfucker. It hurts every day, man, But, we gotta keep living. I keep putting out these tracks, and repping for him, man, That's why, today I'm repping for him, Like my whole reason for picking him up that day was to widen his horizons and help him get into this. You feel me? I wanted him to be somebody, homie. I didn't want him to just be running around here and punching on people and shit, and whatever the case may be, because look where it gets you, Motherfuckers play for keeps.
Begin to process the fact that like we just killing each other. Like we killing each other. Why? The color of your skin, looking the part. One of your homies goes and one of their homies gotta go. And it's kind of, we know it's senseless, but folks still want to press the line on it. And it's probably, they'd probably try to kill me for trying to change it, you know what I'm saying? I think that we all feel the same. I think we could do something with that and work together against the people that kind of systematically oppress our people.
We just thank you for the memories
peace that we have with him. In Jesus' name,
Amen. Amen. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Y'all better not. Oh, my God.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Are you ready to sing the rock?
I feel like we got so much more to offer as a town, my nigga, as a city, you know what I mean? So much more coming out of here than that to dwell on that, you know what I mean? I don't think we should define ourselves by that shit. I mean, Stephen was, you know, he wanted a way out. You feel me? He wanted a way to do something else. You feel me? He seen me rapping all the time. You feel me? He was like, man, like, you know, and it inspired him. You know, he would sit there and write his little raps, whatever. He was never, it was until around that time. You feel me? He wasn't confident enough to be like, yeah, I want to have it. Let's do it. You know, he would come with me to the studio. I used to go lock him in the studio with me, bro. You feel me? Like, I would go pick them up early in the morning. You know, we go right around, do what we do, but then I'd be like, yeah, I'm about to go to the studio. They'd be like, y'all coming? If you say you coming, bro, that means, you know, you're stuck. You feel me? And they be an hour or two in, they be like, man, I'm trying to go. I'd be like, nah, like, you know, for what? You feel me? Kick back, relax, boom, I'm gonna keep pressing record, I'm gonna keep doing this. You feel me? Because what are you doing better? You feel me? 9 times out of 10, what you want to go do is has nothing on what the fuck I'm doing, you know, and he started to see that at that time. You know what I mean? He started to see that and he started hitting me up like, man, like, when you going to do that? Because I ain't doing nothing. And I'd rather be in there with you, you know what I mean? Doing something positive and trying to take myself somewhere else, you know what I mean? Yeah, but, you know, somebody cut that short, bro. It's all good, man, you know what I mean? I keep grinding, you know what I mean? I keep doing what I do, you know, and I'm looking to bring out anybody that wants, that has bigger goals and aspirations in life and wants to be somebody, man, you know what I mean?
Johnny Tsunami, they probably dropped him on his head. Always in the trouble, but please don't tell. Calling up the homies and they tell me what it look like. Sneaking out the window, yeah, it's finna be a good night. The good old days, woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Until we respect ourselves, and we ain't gonna be able to get along with nobody. It's divide and conquer all day, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Mexicans can't get along with Mexicans, black people for sure don't be getting along with black people. You know, we fight all the time, and I say that straight up, being a victim and a offender of it, or, you know what I'm saying, victimizer of it. So, like, until we get to the point where we can, like, get along with our own people, then we'll be able to get along with other people. And I think that just the way the world works today, not just this city, like, I think we got a long way to go for that. But I think that my involvement in it and what Oceanside has taught me about myself, and then even just being a musician, like, I think music can change a lot of that because I've seen it, like, historically done, you know. So if I could be one of those guys in my city that, like, just brings people together and realize, like, they can have love for their fellow man. It sounds like a stretch, and it sounds kind of like even like hipstered out, you know, the Beatles type stuff, but the reality is, if we don't have that, then we just have a bunch of chaos. So if my music could be a medium for people to, like, come together and realize we all brothers and sisters, then it's cool.
1, 2, 3, pimp. Now this the side of the ocean, city anthem. Got a lot of confidence, mama say I'm handsome. Jesus pay my ransom, forget the prison. God gave me ideas, come and see the man sin. Sorry, all you do is just a nigga out of hope. Child in the others like he never had it hope. Free city, all in the choppers in the road. Run the fucking front. Search for IDs, Johnny Ray. Me and Johnny resident, the very new parade. Woman, we the weather, please don't make on my parade. If you do, I take a shower, part baby, and treat today. And I'm just all be walking through me, cause some nigga out his hole. Now I'm living out his like he never had before. Street steady, calling, bring that shop to see it go. Everybody run. We right here, baby. Chillin' on the side of the ocean. Louder. Chillin' on the side of the ocean. Yeah. Chillin' on the side of the ocean. Say, chillin' on the side of the ocean. Make some noise for the homeboys on stage right now. I got these
be a